Hey everybody, it's Dak here, and welcome to The Slayer, Episode 2. We ended Episode 1 at our 10th task. We got a pretty good amount of points, but now we're starting Episode 2, and we're just grabbing our 11th task here. I'm running over to Cheddar to grab that task. I'm hoping in this episode, any milestones that we might hit might include getting our Slayer Helm. I think it's possible, but I'm not going to guarantee it. And if I get that Slayer Helm, then maybe I move on to a new Master. Our new Slayer task is going to be 162 Calfight, so I'm first going to meet you guys at the Stronghold Slayer Cave. Alright guys, made it to the Stronghold Slayer Cave where we're starting our Calfight task. I believe this is our first duplicate task. This is definitely the first time I've had to do a task multiple times, so we'll be getting a little bit better at Calfights, which is good. As long as I start improving on tasks, that just means that I'll be getting quicker XP and we'll be getting to 99 faster, which is the overall goal. I really like the Calfights because they're a very fast task. It's a little pricey with the cannonballs, but that's alright. I'm sure I'll be getting some levels, otherwise there's probably not too many highlights coming from this one. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, we're only a couple of kills in, and there it is, just got to 50 Slayer, so I guess we're halfway to 99, kind of getting close to wrapping up the task here, but we got another Slayer level. There it is, 51 Slayer, doing pretty good, 2 levels pretty quick in this episode. Alright everybody, I'm getting close to finishing up the task here. Ooh, looks like I'm already done. Maybe that counter was getting a little off in the top corner. Kind of happens that way sometimes when you're getting rapid kills with a cannon. Either way, I'm going to head over to the bank. We'll see how much money we made. Alright, at the bank here, we're going to see how much cash we made. It's usually not much with Calfights, and it's always a loss because we used some cannonballs. But either way, we got back 29k. Alright, grabbing our 12th task now, heading over to Cheddar. Cheddar, what do you have for us? Give us something good. Task number 12 is going to be 11 Bronze Dragons. Not too bad. This will be a pretty quick one. Alright everybody, I'm at the Stronghold Slayer Cave. Almost said it backwards. We're fighting some Bronze Dragons here. We got 11 of them to go. They're not a lot of XP apiece, and we only have 11, so it doesn't look like we'll really be getting any levels from this one. Alright, so I've reached the end of the task. Really didn't get anything special. We got a bunch of Dragon Bones, so we made a decent profit, but at the end of this kill, there it is. We now have 12 tasks in a row, 10 more points. Didn't get any levels from this one, though. I'm going to head over to the bank. Let's see how much money we made. Alright, time to price check. This is mostly the Dragon Bones of the profit, but we got a decent amount of profit from pretty much that adamant plate body was the rest of it. And some good death runes, I guess. Looks like we made 54k. Alright, Cheddar, I need task number 13. Hopefully this is our best task yet. I'm just kidding. I really don't know what our best task yet would be. It's 13 Steel Dragons. This isn't our best task yet. But it's alright. Steel Dragons, I kind of like them. I'll meet you guys at the Stronghold Slayer Cave. Alright, I'm at the Stronghold Slayer Cave. We're going to be fighting some Steel Dragons. There's only 13 of them this time, and we're a little bit higher level. So these should be much quicker than the last time we got Steel Dragons. Still going to be kind of slow. These things have pretty high defense. Alright, so just a few kills in, we've gotten up to 70 range, which is a killer milestone, because that actually means I can go grab my armour crossbow now, which I'm definitely going to buy, but I'm going to finish up this task first. I'm already here, I might as well finish it. Alright everybody, we're almost done with this task here. We didn't get any special drops unless of course I get something on this one. But otherwise we got up to 70 range. We'll get some Runite limbs, that's not too bad. I wish I would get that every time, it'd be fine. Either way we got 70 range, so I'm going to be grabbing my armored crossbow soon. But first I'm going to at least head to the bank, see how much money we made. Alright, I'm at the bank here. I had to lumberage home port because I didn't bring any teleports with me. We're checking how much cash we made. The Runite limbs were pretty good this time. We got a handful of them. But again, with Metal Dragons, it's mostly Dragon Bones that give us our profit. But it looks like we got 109k. It's not too bad. Alright, let's grab task number 14. I still do have to go get my armored crossbow. I'll get it in a second. 140 Bloodvelds. Alright, these shouldn't be too bad. 140 Bloodvelds should be a decent amount of XP, I think. Alright everybody, just buying my armored crossbow here, bought right away for exactly the price I put it in for. It's kind of convenient, exactly 23.2 mil. It's a little pricey, but I have the money, so I'm willing to spend it. And I'm going to buy some black dragon hide quick, just the body, the legs, and the van braces. I guess that's all I could buy, huh? Upgrading the armor a little bit, but the big thing here is that we have to upgrade the crossbow. First task with the armored crossbow, let's get it started by fighting some Bloodvelds. We got 140 of these to go. I haven't fought Bloodvelds yet in this series, and we're only one range level higher. And the armored crossbow is a little bit better than the rune crossbow, but it's not like insane. So we're probably not going to see a crazy difference right now. I really don't have anything to judge it off of. But it is going to be an improvement, there's no doubt about it. Oh, look what we got here. Our first clue scroll. This is a decent time to bring up clue scrolls. I will be doing every clue scroll that I get, but it's not going to be part of this series. I'm going to make a whole separate video on them, so you guys will eventually see them, but for this series, clue scrolls are not going to be included. I think this is the kill. This is the one. There it is. 52 Slayer. Not too bad. I don't think we'll be getting another level from this one. 120. Actually, we might. We might get one more level. Look at this, guys. This is our final kill, and we are so close to a Slayer level. We just needed 2 more kills on these. But it doesn't matter. We've now completed 14 tasks in a row, got another 10 points, and we're going to head over to the bank, see how much money we made. Here in Falador, price checking everything. It really wasn't much from the Bloodvelds. Decent amount of blood runes. Not crazy, but looks like we made 40k. It's not terrible. Alright, Cheddar, we need a new task. I believe this is going to be task number 15. We're cruising right along here. New assignment is 126 Calfight. I feel like we just had Calfight. This is good. These are some of the quickest XP that we've gotten, so I'm not upset with doing Calfights. Alright, everybody, I am in the Stronghold Slayer Cave where I'm fighting the Calfights, as you can see. Just setting up the cannon. This will be another quick task. I do believe I'll be getting a Slayer level. I know I'll be getting a Slayer level, in fact, because I was very close to getting one at the end of the last task, so we'll be getting one almost right away. Alright, everybody, on that kill we get up to 53 Slayer, and it's really not even going to be that long for a range level. As you can see, I'm only a couple of kills away. I just fixed up the XP left to the next level. I had to get a quick kill before I could turn that on. Alright, getting close here. Really could be any hit. Oh, and there it is, 71 ranged. Not that big of a deal. There's really nothing special, but that's another range level. Alright, I only have a couple kills to go here. Really could be any shot now. And there it is. 15 Slayer tasks in a row. It's another 10 points. Let's head over to Cheddar. I almost said Neve because Neve's over here yelling at me. I get it, Neve. First, actually, we gotta head to the bank, see how much money we made. Opening up the price checker here. Again, it's Calfight. It's not like we ever make that much money, but it's something. It's not nothing. That's what something means. We made 20k. That's not awful. It just pays for a couple of the prayer potions, honestly. Alrighty, Cheddar, give us something good, something that we want. Really, I'd take just about anything. I haven't done enough Slayer to be annoyed with any task quite yet. 155 Jellies. Alright, I'm in with Jellies. I'll head over to the Fremenic dungeon. Fremenic Slayer dungeon. Slayer cave? I'm heading over to the Fremenic Slayer area. Alright, here we are in the Fremenic Slayer dungeon. Gonna be fighting these Jellies. Got 155 of them. Shouldn't take too long. And there's 75 XP apiece, so that's a decent amount of XP. It's generally a pretty quick task. I managed to bring bones to Peaches. I really couldn't tell you why I brought some bones to Peaches. I don't think they drop any bones. In fact, I'm sure of it, so I don't need the bones to Peaches. But they're there just in case. Either way, I think I'll be getting a level pretty soon, actually. Alright, it's about 40 kills in, but there it is. 54 Slayer. We're really moving up. Still getting some decently quick Slayer levels. It really starts to get slow in the 60s, or maybe even the 70s, I would say, is when it starts to get slow. Final kill on the Jellies. If I can get a good hit here. Almost. I just need another 5 now. There it is. Finished up the Jellies. Got 10 more Slayer points. Let's check how much money we made. It was pretty good because we actually got a handful of Rune Hellhounds. Got a little bit lucky with that. But overall, I would say it was a very successful assignment. 107k. Not too bad. Alright, Cheddar, we need a brand new task. Hopefully it's something good. Give it to me straight. 19 Steel Dragons. That's not too bad. It'll be a little bit slower than last time, but that's okay. We have an armour crossbow now, so overall the kills will be quicker. I'm in the Stronghold Slayer Cave fighting the Steel Dragons where I always fight them. This is my preferred safe spot at the moment. 19 Steel Dragons shouldn't take me too long. It'll be a little bit longer than the last one because it was only 13. But like I said, we got this armored crossbow now. We're a little bit stronger, so overall it's kind of speeding up. Speaking of speeding up, to make things a little bit quicker, we now have 72 range. Not too bad. I'm still not getting any combat levels from range, so it's just the fact that it's making kills quicker. That's about it. Final kill of the assignment here, and we got on that hit. I kind of like Steel Dragons, honestly, because of that 220 XP drop per kill, but it's not like the kills are very quick, so it's really just more of a mental thing. I'm going to head to the bank, see how much cash we made. Alright, price checking this load here, but as you can see it did take multiple loads. This load was worth, I can tell you how much it was worth overall once we get this load. And this one is, come on, I need all these items in here. This one was 76k, which is going to put us at, I believe that means we made 108k off this assignment. Alright, Cheddar, I'm here for a new assignment. This is task number 18, I think. I'd have to check that. New task is 16 bronze dragons. Man, we have had a lot of metal dragons, but that's alright. The bronze ones are pretty quick, so this won't take too long. Back at the bronze dragons, where I'm going to start fighting this one that's already breathing fire on me. I'm not ready yet, guy. Alright, I'll start these bronze dragons up. 16 of them really shouldn't take long, especially with a little bit higher levels than we had last time. I don't think I'll be getting anything too special from this. It's kind of a short assignment, so we'll see. You never know. Final kill here. Nothing much happened. We made a little bit of profit from those bones and whatnot, but otherwise just a quick 10 points. Now that I'm done with it, though, I'm going to head to the bank to see how much cash we did make. Opening up the price checker. Again, it was mostly dragon bones. We did get another adamant plate body, which is another like 10k. And overall, it looks like we made 66k. Alright, Cheddar, give us task number 19. Let's see what it is. 120 Basilisk. This won't be too bad. I like Basilisks. They're pretty quick, and it's a decent amount of XP. 120 of them should give like 9 to 10k XP, which isn't too bad because it'll be quick. Alright, here we are at Basilisk. I think I'll be getting another Slayer level here, which is a big Slayer level for us because it's 55 Slayer, and that means I'll be able to buy some broad bolts and use those broad bolts, which would be much better than the mithril that I've been using. So that's a pretty big upgrade, and I'm pretty sure I'll be getting it during this task. Alright, it was only a few kills in, and come on, get this kill. There it is. That brings us up to 55 Slayer, so at the end of this task I will be running and grabbing some broad bolts, which is definitely going to increase our speed a lot. Alright, on the final kill here, not anything special really happened towards the end of the task. The big thing was that we got 55 Slayer, and not only is that a Slayer level, but that's a big one. We get to go buy some broad bolts. Let's see how much money we made. It wasn't a lot, but these herbs aren't too bad. It was almost exactly an hour on this task, so about 10k XP an hour isn't great, but again, we're at lower levels right now, so it's not too bad. And 72k for an easy task like Basilisks, it's not awful. Alright, task number 20 is needed, Cheddar. Give us something decent. 19 wall beasts. I have not fought wall beasts in quite a long time. It's not too bad. This will be a very quick assignment, and it's number 20, so we're going to get 50 Slayer points from this one. Alright, I'm buying a candle from this guy in the Lumbridge Swamp. It cost me 1k, which isn't that big of a deal. I just dropped 23 mil on a crossbow, so 1k is not a problem. I didn't have high enough fire making to light like a lantern or something because I'm only like 2 fire making. I just haven't done any of it yet. I'll be getting it up pretty soon, don't worry. I believe that there's a wall beast right here. Yeah, in this little crack here there should be one. And I'm pretty sure the strategy, because they take so long to respawn, would be to go back up the rope and come back down when I'm done killing it. But I'm not 100% on that right now. I'll see in a second. These are pretty quick kills, so I'll definitely be done with this assignment very quickly. I really won't get any levels from it, though. Alright, final kill, and should be this hit. And it is this hit. There we go, 50 more Slayer points. I'm actually getting kind of close to being able to buy that Slayer helmet. Let's see how much money we made. All we got was this adamant helmet, which was 1k, so I guess that pays for the candle. Alright, Cheddar, I need task number 21. Let's get something better than wall beast. I wasn't too happy with that one. 162 Cockatrice. That's not too bad. This will be pretty quick. They're really low XP, but it'll still be a fast assignment. And you get decent money from those limpwort roots. Here we are in the Frumnik Slayer Cave, and we're fighting the Cockatrice here. 37 XP apiece. We won't be getting that much experience overall. We won't even be getting a Slayer level, and probably not a range level either. So it's going to be a pretty quick assignment. We'll just pound through, maybe make a decent amount of money from the limpwort roots, and get some more Slayer points. Final kill of the assignment here. Just need to do another 4 damage, and then we can head out. There it is, 10 more Slayer points, and I'll have to run to the bank to see how much money we made because it definitely took multiple loads. You know what? Actually, I can just check right here because they're not aggressive. I can just go for it. It looks like we have made 34k off this load, which would put us at, let me make sure, put us at 81k for the whole assignment, which actually isn't terrible for how low level they are. Alright, Neve, task number 22. Let's make it a good one. Cockatrice wasn't too bad, but 28 Iron Dragons, that's a little bit better. But seriously, I've had a lot of Metal Dragons so far, which is not bad as long as we start getting some rare drops from them. Back at the Iron Dragons, 28 of them. It shouldn't take too long. They're a little bit slower than Bronze Dragons, which was really fast. So this will be a medium speed, I'm guessing. They're still pretty high defense, so I don't hit too often, but they got lower hit points, and last time it wasn't terrible being here, and I really have my fingers crossed that we get a decent drop this time, but I'll definitely be getting at least a Slayer level. That kill was actually kind of quick. That was one of the faster kills I've had. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see what we got here. What is that? Oh, some dragon plate legs. I believe that's our first big drop of the series. Not too bad. This is like 180k right now. It's not anything phenomenal, but that's a rare drop, so I guess I got what I asked for. Alright, those dragon plate legs are pretty exciting, but even more exciting news, 56 Slayer. Still getting some decent Slayer levels. We might even get up to close to 60 by the end of this episode, but I don't think we'll get quite there yet. It's definitely starting to slow down, though. It's taking a few tasks for each level. And we also managed to get a range level. There it is, 73 range, only a couple kills later. That's pretty good. The range levels are actually still going kind of fast, which is kind of strange. Final kill of the assignment here, just need to do another 6 damage, and there it is. We got dragon plate legs, maybe we get more. Nope, didn't get any in that drop. No, overall it was a good assignment. Let's head over to the bank. I can see how much money I made from this load and overall. Alright, price checking here. This load, let's see how much money this load is, and then I can give you exactly how much we made overall. Clearly the majority of the money came from those dragon plate legs. But at 59k from this load, that puts us at right about 280k on the assignment, which means without those plate legs, we make about 100k. Alright, Cheddar, let's get a new assignment. Hopefully something a little better than Metal Dragons. 126 Hellhounds. I actually really like that. I'm a pretty big fan of Hellhounds. They don't have the greatest drops, but it's decent XP, and I like fighting them. They're definitely one of my preferred monsters to kill. Alright, we're in the Stronghold Slayer Cave, just slaying some Hellhounds. Gonna start it up here. There's really not much happening with this task. There's that very rare chance of the Smoldering Stone, I believe it's called. And we could get a clue scroll from this, but otherwise it's really just bones. Alright, this wraps up the task. We didn't get any levels from it, which isn't that big of a deal. It's taking a lot of XP to get a level, so the fact that I didn't get it in one task is not that bad. I did get a clue scroll, as you can see. I'll be doing that in a little bit, but I really don't need to head to the bank to see how much money we made. Let's just go get a new task. Alright, Cheddar Cheese, let's get something good here. The Hellhounds was definitely a nice task. I hope you can do something like that again. It is 138 Banshees. I don't like Banshees. That's not a good one. It'll be very fast, though. It's quick points. I'll meet you guys in the Cockatrice Slayer Tower. Alright, here we are, Cockatrice Slayer Tower. We're going to fight some Banshees. These are really quick, 22 XP apiece, so we're hardly going to get any XP, but we're really close to a Slayer level already, as you can see, so we'll probably be getting a Slayer level from these things. Again, it's going to be a fast task. I'm going to start pounding through these, especially with an armored crossbow, so we'll be done in no time. And on this one, I'm only 1 XP away. There it is, 57 Slayer. I almost said 56. I thought we were about to get 56 Slayer, but I guess we're getting 57. Alright, final kill here. Just gotta destroy one more Banshee, which I should be able to two-hit it. There it goes. It's another 10 Slayer points. It's 24 in a row. We got some decent drops from these, I guess, but let's head over to the bank and see how much money we made. Open up the price checker. It looks like most of the cash is going to come from some herbs and a couple rubies. We got 3 Ronars, which is basically the majority of it. But for a really fast task, it was 40k, and it actually took me 25 minutes. So you could make like 90k an hour there if you were getting the drops I was getting. Alright, Cheddar, let's get task number 25. Let's see what it is. Let's do something better than Banshees this time. 14 Bronze Dragons. More Metal Dragons. It's not too bad. The bronze ones are fast. This should be a quick assignment, only 14 of them. Alright, everybody, let's get going on this Bronze Dragon assignment. 14 Bronze Dragons. Probably not very many special things that happen during this assignment. I don't believe I'll be getting either a range or a Slayer level, and these guys don't really have those rare drops that we're looking for, so this should be a pretty quick one. Alright, on the final kill here, and this should be the hit. There it is, got a 16. That's 25 tasks in a row and another 10 points. Alright, I'm going to head to the bank and we can see how much money we made. Alright, opening up the price checker here. We really just got these adamant javelins plus the dragon bones, and that's 44k. It's actually not too bad because these 14 dragons only took 15 minutes to kill, so that would actually be a little over 160k an hour, which isn't phenomenal, but it's only bronze dragons, so I guess it's not too bad. Alright, Cheddar, we need a new task. This should be task number 26, and it is 117 jellies. That's not too bad. I'll make sure not to bring my bones to Peaches this time. I'll meet you guys at the Stronghold, no, at the Fremenic Dungeon. Alright, everybody, I managed to not get very much footage in this assignment, but I do have the final kill here. But nothing really special happened. You can see all the drops that we've gotten, and I didn't get any levels. So let's head over to the bank and see how much money we did make. Alright, opening up the price checker here. It's mainly these rune Hellhounds, which we happen to get 3 of, and it all adds up to 75k, which isn't terrible. Alright, Cheddar, I need task number 27. Let's get something good here. We've been doing pretty well on the tasks lately. I would like something with higher XP. 19 Steel Dragons. That's not going to be very good on XP, but maybe we get a rare drop this time. We got a good drop last time we got Iron Dragons, so you never know. Starting up task number 27, fighting some Steel Dragons. This won't take too long, only 19 of them. It's not going to take forever, and I do believe that I can get it all done in one load, so I don't think I'll have to take any bank trips. Oh, finally. I swear that's had to be the longest kill so far. It's only 7 in, but... Oh, and look at that. We got a Dragon Plate Skirt. Alright, I guess that makes it worth it for being the longest kill so far. Sweet, we did end up getting another rare. Final kill of the task here. Didn't get anything other than that Dragon Plate Skirt, but I am happy with that. Now that I've finished this up, another 10 Slayer points, I'm going to run over to the bank. Let's see how much cash we made. Alright, I did manage to get all of this in a single load, so here are all the Dragon Bones, and really the only other profit came from this Dragon Plate Skirt, but if we get that every time, I would be pumped. I'm really glad that we got a rare drop. Looks like we made 275k from this assignment, and this is going to be the final assignment of the episode, which means overall in this episode we made about 1.4 mil, which isn't too bad. We're still pretty low Slayer levels, so it's not like we're getting those killer money-making assignments. But like I said, that's going to wrap up this episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. I want to thank you guys for watching today's video and helping support the channel. If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you would hit that like button and tell us what you liked about it in the comments section below. If you're looking for more videos like this one, then go ahead and join the cul-de-sac by clicking that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter at @TheEdBoys. All links are in the description.